All right, guys, welcome to the Hunter's Quest YouTube channel. I'm glad to be with you today, and today I'm excited. I'm gonna do a little review of some Stone Glacier clothing here. I've actually been wondering for a long time about Stone Glacier. A lot of my stuff is Kuiu right now, but I've always kind of wondered about Stone Glacier. It looked really good to me. I know some really good hunters and some friends that wear Stone Glacier like exclusively, but I just never got a chance to get my hands on it or try it out or anything like that. So anyway, I met Lyle Hebel, who's the director of marketing over at Stone Glacier at Total Archery Challenge, and we did a little podcasting, and he actually sent me some pieces to try out. So I wanted to go through a little review video of the stuff here with you. Now, this is not everything. Obviously, Stone Glacier has a full line of really good stuff, including packs and gaiters and other stuff like that. But he sent me a few of their kind of essential pieces. Some of it I, like this morning, actually went for like a really pretty good little training hike in the mountains here near my house to kind of test out some of this stuff so I could actually know what I was talking about during this review. But I'm gonna go through the stuff I have. Kind of focus mainly on some of the early season items, because we are in mid-August right now, and a lot of guys are gonna be heading out soon, including myself, for antelope season, as well as archery elk and stuff like that. So, and that's what I've kind of used the most so far. I'm gonna mention everything here that I've tried, but mainly kind of focus on some of the early season pieces. So I want to remind you up front that pretty much anything Stone Glacier you can find in the Go Hunt Gear Shop. And if you use the code QUEST at the Go Hunt Gear Shop, you'll save 10% on your order, and you'll support the show. So I'd appreciate it if you order anything from Go Hunt Gear Shop that you use that code QUEST. It helps me out, and you'll save some money, so everybody wins, and you'll get yourself some great gear. So couple things just right off the bat about Stone Glacier that I know. They have a 30-day return window, so if you get something, you want to try it on, it doesn't fit, or you need a different size, or whatever, you got 30 days to return. So that's nice. It's got a unlimited lifetime warranty on all the stuff, on workmanship and materials. Obviously, normal wear and tear does not fall into that, but everything's got a warranty on it. And then they give 2% of their of every sale back to conservation, which might sound like not much, or it might sound like a gimmick or whatever, but I mean, hey, companies right now, they're all about their bottom line, and to see a company that's kind of giving back to conservation, that's really good to see. So they're based in right there in Bozeman, Montana, and I think they just opened a new shop and warehouse over there. So if you're in the area, go check them out. But if you're on the East Coast and haven't got a chance to, or wherever you are, if you haven't got a chance to put your hands on some Stone Glacier gear, hope this review helps. So I noticed, right when I opened the box and started going through this stuff, I just noticed a couple of unique design features on some of the pieces, and just the overall quality. It just seemed like really good stuff. You can kind of tell pretty much right away when you grab a piece of clothing, if it's quality or not. And this shirt actually is just a short sleeve. It's a synthetic. So it's a little dirty because I was using it this morning hiking, but I'll get into that too. I do want to start off though with the pants. So these are their de Havilland pants, okay? And again, when I just kind of initially took them out, you can tell they're good quality material. It's DWR treated, so it's waterproof, water resistant, but also really breathable and very durable fabric here. So I noticed when I put them on, the fit is really nice on these. You never know what you're gonna get sometimes with fit and different stuff, but I wear 32 in normal clothes, and that's what these are, and they fit great. Also, there's plenty of room like in the crotch and like butt area. Some other hunting pants I've tried before, they might fit in the waist, but they're like a little tight in the butt and the crotch. So These have plenty of room, but they're not baggy. So, you know, the fit on them actually might be a little better than the Kuiu pants I've been running, to be honest. They also have really good stretch. There's plenty of stretch in there, so you can move around real easily. And I got notes here, so if I keep looking down, that's what I got here. But also the length is good on them. It's the right length. It's not too short, not too long. They have an athletic fit, but they're not like skinny jeans, you know, they're not like super tight or anything. So they look good, they fit well, and they're not too tight, and they just have a good fit. The next thing I noticed was the knees, which I thought they were just kind of reinforced, which they are reinforced, but they actually can, they're adaptable to put a knee pad in there. So I'm not a huge fan of knee pads. I might try these ones out just to see what they're like. But normally I'm not a huge fan, although I will say on, you know, especially if you're doing like a coos deer out in Arizona or something in one of those kind of arid spots, it can be really nice to have a knee pad when you're crouching down on rocks and stuff. So that's something to think about, but either way, the knees are reinforced and they will accept a knee pad if you're into knee pads. Let's see, what do we got here? Okay, next thing I noticed was the back pocket. You can see right here, it's got this little cover thing. So, you know, if you put something in there, it's not falling out, like it's secure, but at the same time, there's no zipper. So I actually like that because two things. One, saves some weight, but also, if you ever sat down on a flat rock or something, or if you're glassing and you sit on like a hard surface, you know that sometimes that zipper can hurt pretty bad, like jabbing into your butt cheek. So I like the fact there's no zipper in the pocket, but it's still got this flap over it to keep your stuff secure in there. Okay, the cargo pockets on the side. We'll start with the top pockets here. The top pockets, you know, another thing about some hunting pants is you know, if you get them to fit your waist properly, I've noticed they can be really tight and kind of difficult to get your hand in, difficult to get a knife in or whatnot. These pockets are really easily accessible. They're big and open and just kind of, the way they're kind of cut like this. You can see right here, it's got a big cut open, like kind of diagonal, so they're easy to access. And then moving down to the cargo pockets, you know, you got one on each side. Which, you know, I always throw tons of junk in my pockets when I'm hunting. And again, it's got a snap instead of a zipper, which I always like because another pair of pants I have is the Prana Stretch Zion pants. They only have one pocket, and also they have a zipper, and, you know, it's kind of annoying to unzip and zip, especially one-handed. Like if you're on a stalk or something and you need to grab something quick in your pocket, it can be really hard to unzip that thing. So like without both hands. So this is, you can get into it easily with one hand. It still secures, but you don't have the zipper. And this snap right here is a quiet snap. So it's not like really loud. It just kind of goes through pretty much silently. It snaps closed. So that's kind of the pockets. Let's see. Oh, another cool thing about this pocket, which when I first reached in, you know, I thought it was kind of gimmicky. But there is, I kind of pull it out here. It's kind of hard to see, but there's like this stretchy material right here, like a loop inside the left cargo pocket. And there's two of them. And that's actually like an organizer kind of thing for your phone. So, you know, if you've ever put your phone, like an iPhone or, you know, a smartphone into your cargo pocket while you're hiking, you know, it always tends to want to like go horizontally and kind of ride around on your knee and get really annoying and uncomfortable. This eliminates that. And again, I thought it was kind of gimmicky at first, but this morning on the trail, I shoved my phone down there in that little organizer thing, and it just keeps it secure right there vertically. It's not falling down and getting all over your knee when you're trying to, you know, move around. So that's actually pretty cool. I like that a lot. It's just kind of a small design thing, but intentional and smart, and I like that. All right, let's see. Okay, next, I always like pants with a built-in belt. You know, it's just, they do have belt loops on these, which is nice because sometimes you do want to run a belt in certain situations. However, a lot of times the belt can get cumbersome and can rub, you know, when you have a heavy pack. So these ones have the built-in belt, which I really like. Also allows you to, you know, really adjust the size, you know, as needed. And if you notice, there's no button on the front. And first I was kind of like, that's kind of weird, but you really don't need it. Half the time with these pants that have the built-in belt, the button comes unbuttoned anyway, and it's like hanging out and it's weird. Also, it can be more kind of cumbersome when you have a tight hip belt on. So for that reason, they eliminated that, which I like. Also probably weight savings a little bit. And you don't need it, and it's just kind of more seamless and a little bit more comfortable. The other thing that's really unique about these pants, and I had to actually ask Lyle about it because I wasn't sure what it was at first, but you can see right here on the inside, it's got your crotch zipper, but it Velcros off and on, right? So you can actually make minor adjustments in the fit of these pants by adjusting this Velcro right here. Now, that might seem unnecessary or weird, but I really like it because, you know, sometimes when I'm heading into season, I've been kind of really watching my nutrition and really, you know, cutting and stuff like that. And I usually go in pretty light. You might be in the opposite end of the spectrum. You might go in an extra 3, 4, 5 pounds heavier than you kind of end the season on. But this way you can really just make those tiny adjustments in size, or maybe, you know, like I said, maybe you lose a couple pounds over the course of a long 10-day hunt or whatever it is. You're not going to get your pants all bunching up because they're like an inch too big or too small, or, you know, maybe late mule deer season, you had a nice little Thanksgiving and you got a few extra pounds heading into the backcountry. Just loosen that baby up, and then, you know, with the belt as well, just gives you a little more flexibility. So I actually really like that. I think it's a really smart design. Okay, also these things, they have big zipper vents in them on the side here on both legs. And so the Kuiu pants I've been running have this as well, but they have a mesh on the inside. And, you know, I've only taken these on one hike so far, so I haven't extensively used them. But I will say, at first I was a little bit hesitant about this thing just being, you know, fully open with no mesh. But, you know, when I opened these things up on the trail today, the airflow in them, it was just way more. I mean, you can open those, the ones with the mesh, you can open them and you will feel a little bit more airflow, but these things are just wide open and they really just dump out the hot air. So, you know, it's summer here, so it was still pretty warm this morning on the trail, but I didn't want to wear pants because of, you know, just insects and stuff like that. But I didn't sweat a whole lot on my bottom half. Overall, just really good pants. They're breathable, durable. They got the DWR, a little bit waterproof, some really cool kind of unique design features that make them pretty handy. So that's a de Havilland pant. Definitely gonna be wearing these in my Idaho hunt, and looking forward to that. So I think that's everything I wanted to hit on the pants. So I'm gonna go next to their lightweight, you know, synthetic kind of base layers, or next to skin. So you can wear it, you know, next to skin during the late season when you're layering, or you know, as your main layer, you know, early season. So I've talked about it before, but I spent a lot of time kind of figuring out, you know, everybody's different. Stone Glacier does offer like a full line of merino stuff as well, but I actually personally have landed on synthetics for my base layers. You know, they dry quicker. I think they don't smell as much. And this may be anecdotal. I don't know, you know, this is just kind of what I found on this bear hunt this spring. I found that I got more ticks on my wool items. Now, I don't know if it's the smell of the natural wool fibers, the texture, or what, but I found far more ticks on me when I had my merino layers on than when I had my synthetic layers on. You know, plus I just think it's more comfortable next to skin. Like, just bottom line, it's just more comfortable. It's not scratchy or itchy or whatever. So again, you know, to each their own. You know, Stone Glacier has plenty of good merino pieces, but I personally like synthetic better. So for all the reasons I just said. Another thing I want to say too is these are treated with polygene, which is like an antimicrobial kind of deal for smell. And at first, you know, I was kind of like, yeah, it's just probably a gimmick, you know, to sell a few pieces or whatever. But I can tell you that it's legit, because this shirt right here, I wore this about a week and a half ago on a training hike, and I sweated through this thing. I mean, it was completely saturated with sweat. And I did not air dry it. I did not sit it out. I did not do anything with it. I literally threw it in my dirty clothes hamper in my bathroom, and it sat there for a week, week and a half, just in a pile of dirty clothes, soaking wet with sweat. This morning, I hadn't had a chance to do laundry yet, and I wanted to test this thing out again. I pulled it out. It does not smell at all. And I even hiked really hard all day. Well, not all day, but I did a really hard hike this morning too. Soaked it again. It's dry again, and it still does not smell. It actually smells kind of good, which is weird. But I'm not exaggerating. If you've ever been to the gym and thrown an old sweaty shirt and let it sit for a week, you know that it smells funky. This thing does not smell at all after doing that. So that's actually really impressive. And that's not something I just planned on saying. I didn't even plan on doing that. I just realized when I pulled this thing out this morning that it didn't stink. And I was like, wow, that stuff's legit. So this is the Enduro hoodie. I wore this thing this morning as well. Dried out very quickly. I like that the chest zipper is really nice and deep. Kind of allows you to easily throw it on, you know, even when you have a hat on or whatever. Again, I just think synthetics are just really comfortable. And I really like this thing. It's got, you know, your thumb holes for if you're layering or whatnot. The hood zips all the way up. So, I mean, you can be like a sneaky ninja in this thing. You know, it's like a face covering as well. You know, for early season, this thing is great because it has the built-in UPF 40, I believe, which will protect you from the sun. So yeah, I mean, not a whole lot else to say about this, I don't think. Let's see if I had anything on here. That's pretty much it, but this is a great early season piece. Other thing to note was this morning, like I said, it was warm. It wasn't hot, but it was warm. And I did wear this thing the whole time I was hiking. I did not really get hot, so it kept the chill off when I started, and I rolled the sleeves up. But and by the time I got home, the stuff was dry. So really good piece. Let's see what we got. All right, so let's move on now to. I'll go here to this guy. This is actually one of the pieces I'm really stoked about. It's very versatile. This one is I believe this is the Helio. Yeah, this is the Helio hoodie. Let me take this guy off real quick. All right, so this one is a little bit of a step up in terms of warmth from the Enduro. You know, still a great early season piece, but really it's just one of those pieces that like is just pretty much good all year. You know, an early antelope hunt or early archery elk hunt. It's gonna knock the chill off a little bit and keep you pretty warm, pretty comfortable to sleep in because it's fleece. But also, you know, late season, this is just a great layering piece. And you know, it's just one of those things you'll probably wear all season long. So if you're gonna, honestly, if you're gonna start and just try one Stone Glacier top, I might recommend this actually, because it's so versatile. It's comfortable. It looks good. Like you could wear this, at least I would. You could wear this thing out around, you know, town or whatever. There's just something nice about a good fleece hoodie that's just really versatile. So again, you got the deep zipper here, makes it easy to get off and on. You got another chest pocket here that's kind of strategic. You know, a lot of other chest pocket tops with chest pockets, they're kind of right here, which if you're carrying a backpack, you don't really have access to that. So they smartly put their pocket right here. It's a little easier to access if you got a backpack on. This material is super quiet. It's got the, I can't remember what it's called, but it's like the cross grid fleece pattern, which is supposed to be better for insulation basically and breathability. Again, this piece also has thumb holes for when you're layering. All the seams are like, you know, heavily like triple stitched and whatnot. So it just feels like it's gonna last a long time. Again, this guy's got your hood that goes all the way up. So it's, you know, like a face covering built in basically. And again, it's just super versatile. I think I'll probably wear this thing like all season. And so yeah, I would recommend looking into this. This is the Helio hoodie. If you're gonna try just one piece, you might wanna start with this one. So next I'm gonna move into the de Havilland jacket. So this guy is their soft shell jacket, similar to like a guide jacket from Kuiu. Take this guy off. It's a little warm in the studio. So soft shell, you know, to be honest with you, I'm not a huge fan of soft shell jackets. Some guys swear by them. I just don't find myself needing one too often. But you know, for day hunts and stuff like that, I think they are a pretty versatile piece. You know, the good thing about this too is it's you can throw this on top of some mid layers, and it's not gonna be like waterproof like a rain gear, but I did test this thing in the sink. It is treated and water does bead off it quite nicely. Again, eventually it's gonna saturate over time. But you know, honestly, if you're in a really wet environment like Alaska, somewhere like that where, you know, hunting early season in Alaska where it's not super cold, but rainstorms can pop in and out like all the time, very frequently without warning, this is actually probably a pretty good piece to have because it's much more breathable than rain gear. You know, you don't always want to be busting out your pack and ripping out your rain gear every time a 5-minute little shower in Alaska pops through. So, you know, now that I kind of mentioned that, this is a great piece for, you know, the Pacific Northwest, Alaska, other kind of wet hunts like that, spring, you know, spring bear hunt maybe, where you're gonna have quick showers running through. You don't necessarily want to grab, you know, your rain gear every time. And this is much more breathable, so it'll keep those, you know, quick rainstorms off you, quick showers, keep you dry. Again, not built for heavy downpours. It's not rain gear, but a versatile piece, windproof to some extent. Also got your pit zips, which is crucial, you know, for kind of an outer layer when things get a little warm. Dump out some heat. Got your chest pocket here. 2 more pockets that are kind of strategically placed. It's got your waist seam, I don't know what it's called, sorry, but the thing where you can tighten the drawstring around your waist to kind of keep warm air in if you are so inclined. Also, the hood is made very well. It's got a little bit of a bill on it for rain. It's also adjustable in 2 spots. You got these adjustments here, as well as the rear adjustment. So you can really cinch that thing down to fit your head well, so that, you know, if you're wearing this during a rainstorm and you're still out glassing, you know, you're not gonna lose a ton of peripheral vision. If your hood's way too big, you're gonna just, you know what I'm talking about, you're gonna lose everything in your field of vision over here. You can adjust this guy and cinch it down to where it's still covering your head and keeping the rain off, but you got 100% of your peripheral vision. So that's important for these kind of jackets, to make sure the hood is really adjustable, which this one is. So again, spring hunts, wetter environments, where it's not too cold, I think this is a great option. A lot of people really like soft shell jackets, and if you're one of those, this one's a good one. So, also the the Velcro adjustment on the wrist here is just well made. You can just tell it's tough. It's not going to rip easy. It's going to last a while. So that is the de Havilland jacket. Okay, last thing they sent me as far as, well, lighter jackets go is this. This is called the Zenith fleece. That's right. This one, you know, it's really comfortable. It's kind of more of like a base camp type item, or even around town. You know, I like wearing, another reason I like kind of Stone Glacier in general is because I like wearing hunting brands. And supporting hunting brands and supporting conservation, supporting the hunting industry, you know, and I would rather I'd rather support a Stone Glacier than like a, I don't know, you name your REI kind of brand that is normally anti-2A, you know, anti-hunting. I'd much rather give my money and get a quality piece of gear that is supporting a hunting company, just flat out. So this is a great piece for around town. It's kind of like Patagonia came out a few years ago with a thing called a Better sweater, which I have one that I love. The zipper broke on it, but again, I don't really want to support Patagonia anymore. I don't want to give them my money, but I'm perfectly happy to support Stone Glacier. So it's a good looking. You can wear it around town. Very comfortable. Really nice to throw on back at camp. But at the same time, you know, if you're going out for a day hunt or something like that, it's not a bad option as a hunting piece either. Other thing that I'll say about it is it's extremely quiet. I mean, this thing, it doesn't make any noise. So if you like a full zip, you know, maybe in a little bit cooler but drier environment, archery hunts, that kind of thing, or just around town or at camp or whatever, this is a great piece. Plus, you can layer this. Like if you throw on your de Havilland jacket on top of this, now you got a pretty warm setup with the, you know, with a water-resistant kind of shell. So, really like that one. Pretty cool. Lastly is and I'm sorry, I don't know how they pronounce it. If it's Grumman or Grumman, I'm not sure. I've heard both. But this is their puffy. Very nice. So a couple things to note here. First, it comes with a stuff sack, which is cool. And I will say, I do like how KUIU jackets will fit into their own pocket, but it's all good. Comes with a stuff sack, so you can easily throw that bad boy in your pack. And I talked to Lyle about this jacket a little bit. Basically, it's going to be similar or comparable to your KUIU Super Down Pro as far as the amount of insulation it has, but the material is a lighter material. So the jacket itself weighs a little less than the Super Down Pro. It's also $50 cheaper than the Super Down Pro. Comes in two colors. They also make a matching pants, puffy pants that go with this. Hoping to try those out sometime. But very comfortable. The fit is nice. The other thing too is, so the weight, so it has more insulation than and I'm just comparing to KUIU because that's just what I have and what I know. So the KUIU Super Down Ultra is their one step down from the Super Down Pro. Yeah, the Ultra is one step down from the Pro as far as insulation goes and stuff like that. So this one has the same amount of insulation. It's 850 fill down as the Pro jacket, but it weighs about the same as the Ultra. So the other thing to note about this thing, as compared to the KUIU Super Down Ultra, the material is much quieter. I mean, that's the one thing I'll say about that KUIU piece is the the material is super loud, like to the point where when we're filming hunts and stuff like that and doing little interviews, we got to be really careful about wearing that stuff, because I mean, you move your arm, it's like it's very loud material. So you're getting basically the same amount of insulation as a KUIU Super Down Pro, but you're getting in a package that weighs about what the Super Down Ultra weighs, if not less, and it's much quieter than the Ultra. So and again, you know, it looks good. Could rock this thing out to dinner or whatever, you know, around town. So pretty stoked on this jacket. It's really nice. That's all I really can say right now about the Puffy, because it's summer here, and you know, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you how awesome it is in cold weather, because straight up, I've never used it in cold weather yet. I'm assuming it's great. You know, hunt with Ryan Lampers, he wears this thing all the time. Mark Livesey was wearing his on the bear hunt. So I'm sure it is plenty warm, but I just haven't used it in the wintertime personally. But everything else looks really good, and I'm stoked to try it out. Yeah, I think that's it, guys. So I want to say thanks to Stone Glacier for sending me this stuff to try out. Very impressed with it so far. Again, you know, to go over, if I was going to be starting off with one piece or two pieces, you know, these pants are very good. The de Havilland pants, the Helio hoodie, that kind of fleece hoodie, is just such a versatile item that you could use really all season. I think that'd be a great place to start. So that's pretty much all I got to say about that stuff. Overall, very impressed, very happy with it. And again, I did go out and hike with this stuff. I'm not just trying it on here in my studio and talking about it. I went out and climbed a mountain this morning in this stuff, and I like it. I'm looking forward to wearing it this season, and supporting a great hunting company. So that's pretty much it. Again, if you want to pick up a Stone Glacier piece or multiple pieces or one of their packs, I will actually be running their Sky Guide 7900 on my Idaho hunt as well. It's just the best, biggest pack on the market that I've come across. You know, there might be other options from other companies, but the ones that I looked into and kind of talked to folks about, it's a 7900 as far as size goes on the pack. So, you know, with camera gear and stuff like that, I'm taking that pack on that trip. Also going to be, excuse me, running the Evo 2800 day pack for my antelope hunt, and that one I'm really excited about because it's got a spotting scope pocket on the outside that will, you know, take up to 115 millimeter objective, which is great because I have a huge zoom lens that I carry around with a 95 millimeter objective. So I'm gonna be able to throw my ginormous zoom lens right in there with my camera and whip that thing out pretty quick, which I'm really excited about. So I'll do some more reviews about the packs and stuff like that as we get down the line, but overall, really happy so far with the Stone Glacier stuff I have. And if you want to pick some stuff up, go to the Go Hunt gear shop. Now's the time to do it before season starts. Go to Go Hunt and use the code QUEST. You'll save some money there, and you'll also help support the show. So appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one.